What is a scatter plot with a regression line? Whether you need good help, a genius writer, a brainy tutor, or a data wizard, Intudo4U has them all. It's like having a research dream team on demand.
Hey there, and welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to learn how to speak the language of data. We're going to see how just a few scattered dots and one single straight line can tell a really powerful story about everything from our study habits to major business decisions. You've totally been there, right? You're staring at this chart. It looks like a random splatter of points, and you're just thinking, is there something important here, or is this all just noise? Well, that's the exact question we're going to tackle.
Okay, so to get this story, you first have to understand the page it's written on. We're going to start with the absolute foundation of it all, the scatter plot. So what in the world is a scatter plot? Honestly, you can think of it like a matchmaking service for your data. Each dot stands for one thing, maybe a person, a company, or even a single day, and it shows us how two different facts about that one thing relate to each other.
Let's make this super clear. Imagine the line at the bottom. The x-axis is hours studied, and the line going up the side, the y-axis, is exam scores. Every single dot you see on this chart, that's one student. And it's telling us a tiny two-part story, exactly how long they studied and the score they actually got.
All right, now for the hero of our story. Once you have that cloud of dots, how do you actually find the hidden message? Well, let's meet the regression line. You might also hear it called the line of best fit.
Just staring at the points by themselves, it's tough to see a clear pattern. Your brain is trying to process all these little individual stories. This student studied a lot and did great, this one didn't, and the main point, the overall message, just gets lost in this big cloud of information.
And here, this is where the magic happens. On the left, you see that confusing cloud. But look what happens on the right. The moment we draw in that regression line, a clear story just snaps right into focus. That line is drawn in the one single spot that's as close as possible to all the dots, giving us the best possible summary of the big picture trend.
And the beautiful thing about this line is how simple it is to read. Seriously, the direction tells you pretty much everything. If it slopes up, that's a positive relationship. Like the more hours you study, the higher your score tends to be. And if it slopes down, that's a negative relationship. Think, the more you practice a skill, the fewer mistakes you're likely to make. It's that easy.
Okay, so theory is great and all, but this tool really comes to life when you use it on real-world data. So let's check out a couple of examples that tell some pretty fascinating stories.
All right, here's a classic question. Does going to school for longer generally mean you'll earn more money? Well, we can look into that by plotting years of education against annual income, where every single dot you see represents one person's actual life story.
And would you look at that? Now sure, the individual dots are kind of all over the place. Some people always defy the trend, but that line of best fit tells a super clear story. It slopes upward, showing that on average, there's a definite positive link between getting more education and earning a higher income.
Let's jump over to a business scenario. Let's say a company is spending a bunch of money on ads every month, but they need to know, is it actually working? Is it driving sales? They can find out by plotting their monthly ad spending against their monthly sales numbers.
That regression line just cuts right through all the noise of good months and bad months. It shows a clear upward trend. And that gives the company real, data-driven confidence that overall, their advertising dollars are actually working to bring in more sales.
So what's the big takeaway here? Why should you care about drawing a line through a bunch of dots? Well, it's all about what this simple tool actually lets you do.
This thing basically gives you 3 data superpowers. First, you can instantly see if there's a relationship at all. But even better, you can measure how strong it is. Are the dots all packed tightly around that line? That means it's a strong, pretty reliable relationship. Are they spread out all over the place? While the trend is weaker, it's less predictable. And finally, you can use it to predict things. Based on the trend, if you're going to study for 10 hours, the line can give you a really good guess of what your score might be.
So in the end, this isn't really just about lines on graphs. It's about a whole new way of looking at the world around you, giving you the power to find those hidden stories that live inside the numbers. So the next time you're looking at a spreadsheet or some data set, just remember this. Your data is telling a story. The scatter plot is the stage, and that regression line, that's the narrator that makes the whole plot make sense. The only question left is, what story are you going to find in your data?
And subscribe now for more amazing videos just like that. And don't forget to like, share and subscribe to yours channel. Thanks for watching.